Hello and welcome back to Devotion to Writing, a channel devoted to helping you overcome writer's block, move from fear to flow, step out of doubt and into confidence, awaken your creativity through the simple act of writing. So today, I wanted to talk about the unfinished and the power of the unfinished. There are these statues as you're walking in Florence, as you're walking to see the famous Michelangelo's famous statue of David. And on each side of the hallway, there are these unfinished Michelangelo sculptures out of marble. They're emerging kind of half realized from the marble. Well, these unfinished forms, which are entitled, they have various titles, but they are known as the prisoners or the slaves or the unfinished ones. They symbolize the human soul striving to break free from the flesh, or even the struggle of human beings to free themselves from the spirit of matter, from the confines of matter. And they offer a glimpse into Michelangelo's process, his creative process, and his belief that a sculptor's role was to free the figure trapped inside the stone, to release that from the marble, to bring form out of the unformed. Well, this reminds me of writing and this idea of making form out of the unformed, because writing is a way of freeing what is silent. It is giving sound to silence. It is a way of giving voice to what has otherwise no voice. These silent, voiceless things, people, places may be in you, or they may be out in the world. But writing is a way to draw them out of that silent block, and with words and language, you can give form to what is emerging. A word may just be one hammer blow, making more visible what was formless a moment ago. And this is the process of writing that we are engaged in. We are looking with each word, this kind of hammer blow onto the page to make something more visible, more sounding, to give sound or voice to what was before soundless and invisible. And so when people say to me, I'm having a hard time writing, I'm blocked, and I think no pun intended here that they're blocked. I get it. Writing is heavy work, and it does proceed by hammer and chisel blows. We are always in the process of writing trying to articulate, trying to see clearly what is within the page, what is beneath the surface of that blank page, what is resonating. And of course, that page is really just where we are able to put down what is resonating in us, what is speaking through us. Even the things that we see outside of us are colored by what we feel, believe, see inside, to what is urging itself through us to be born. We are putting this filter over the world. So coming to this page is just a reflection of what is in us and what we are noticing, what we are yearning for. And it is our work to express this. So I ask you, should this be easy? Should it be easy? I don't know where we have this idea when we say that writing is hard and want to give up, that it should be easy. And if it was easy, we would do it. I think this is just, it's a fallacy. It is something, maybe it's an excuse, but of course writing, it can be difficult, but doesn't have to make it hard, if that makes sense. We can delight in the work of writing, delight in chipping away, delight in discovering that you are yet unfinished, that you, as you write, you are questing, that as you write, you are creating from the immaterial. You are creating material from what is immaterial. And there is power in the unfinished. And the strength is in the tension, in the appetite, in our desire to resolve, to either be resolved in ourselves, which is the great drive of our lives, to find some resolution to this burning life force that we are, that we embody, that is flowing through us, to find some resolution to that. And in the creative act, we are always trying to resolve that tension. We are trying to unify the colors. We are trying to unify the form, the composition. In music, we're trying to resolve the melody so that it satisfies, so that it finds its place of rest, so that it really returns to its silence and no more can be said. So this seeking resolution is what powers our writing. It is what is so tense as we're writing a line. We don't know where it's going. We don't know where a story is going. But that tension of having to follow that, what we sense perhaps as difficulty, as struggle, is really that urge to resolve something. That's what we're writing forward, toward. So if you don't know the right words, if you don't know how the story is going and how it should end, fine. Enjoy that. That is the energy. So, because once we have settled on the language for what we are making and what we are envisioning, it's already old. It's already done. I mean, I have that experience all the time when I'm finished a poem. That thing that lived with me all that time is no longer alive to me. I share it. People might like it and they say, I love that poem. But for me, it's dead in the sense that there's nothing more left for me to grapple with. There's nothing there in that poem for me to live through in myself, for me to resolve in order to write that poem. So it becomes a nothing for me. Yes, I still enjoy some of my poems, but not in the same way as when I was crafting them. The writer T.S. Eliot says that last year's words belong to last year's language, and next year's words await another voice. So as you're writing, you're discovering another voice and another voice. Writing is how you find the words for what it is that you feel, for what it is you remember, for what it is you think, what you dream, what you see, what you want. And once you have the language for that, it's no longer a tension. It has no longer an energy. So enjoy this wanting, enjoy the power of the unfinished. It does not mean that you aren't striving to finish what you've started. Of course, we want to complete them, but as those Michangelo sculptures show, this power of what is becoming, what is half finished. It is our striving in ourselves to release ourselves from the imprisonment of the known. We don't know what is before us when we write. The language is yet, the words are yet hidden and buried within the page. Just as Michelangelo's unfinished ones are only half emerging from their blocks of stone. They are still waiting. The rest of them are still waiting to be revealed. And so too are your stories and your poems, always waiting for you to release them. This never ends, this journey of writing, this journey of creating. As long as you show up, there is something that will be there that wants you to realize it and to release it. So let me give you a prompt today. I want you to first, you're going to have to do a little bit of work here, is Google Michelangelo's unfinished prisoner or slave statues. I think if you Google Michelangelo's prisoner statues or Michelangelo's unfinished ones, you'll come up with these images. Find one of the images. There are 4 of them, 4 different sculptures. Find one image that you like and look at this for a few minutes. Just spend some time with this image and then go right to your notebook or whatever you like to write on and write what you see, what you feel, and what this might invoke in you and from you. and let that be your prompt today. So I'd love to see what you come up with from this prompt. I hope it's useful for you. And if you want to share it with me, as always, I would love to see it. You can drop it in the comment, or you can go to devotiontowriting.com and send me a message there. Again, it's devotiontowriting.com. That's my website. You can also discover there other ways to support your writing practice, and with Devotion to Writing can help you cultivate a daily writing practice and awaken creatively. I am offering, starting in January, a 12-week sacred writing journey. We're going to be taking it week by week, step by step, and building a consistent writing practice. So if you'd like to cultivate a devoted writing practice this winter and awaken creatively through writing, I invite you to join me. You can register at the website. I hope you write deeply today. I know that if you do write, you're going to write beautifully, because beautiful is what you are.